Hello everyone. Occasionally from time to time we like to send out some videos and some clarifications on some rules, and one of the ones that we've heard some confusion on is the volleyball ghost rule. So we wanted to go through that a little bit for you guys, and I've got a visual as well that will hopefully help. We're going to go ahead and illustrate it with a co-rec game because this could be easily translated to a men's or a women's game. But we have the squares versus the circles in an indoor volleyball matchup. It's 6-on-6, and the green circle is our server. Let's say that the green is female and the orange is male in this case. So we have a female server. Notice how everyone's alternating positions like they're supposed to. The green circle serves and the squares receive that serve. Let's say the squares win the point here. So they will be the ones to serve next. This is what the rotation would look like. Our orange square right there is going to be the new server. And then the green circle who just served steps back in. So the team that wins the point is the one that rotates, and the team that loses the point will stay in their position until they win the point back. So now it's the squares' turn to serve. They're going to serve to the circles, and once they win the point, then they'll rotate, and then they'll have a new server. So now we have a male server from the circle team, and they're going to serve back to the squares. So again, the square team, who is the servers, they lost the point, they stay in their current rotation, they don't actually rotate. And the circles, who are the ones who win the point, they're the ones who rotate and they have a new server. In this scenario, let's say that the circles don't have enough players. They have 2 males and 3 females. In this case, we'll have a ghost player. Now, this isn't actually a physical person, this is just a position that is occupied by nobody. So in this case, they only have 2 frontline players and 3 backline players. This has to be the case. They cannot rotate a backline player to the front line to cover for this empty spot. A lot of teams will ask, hey, can we still have 3 up front and 2 in the back? But they have to continue in the same rotation. So once they rotate out of it, they're going to have 3 in the front and 2 in the back, but then in a couple rotations, they'll have 2 in the front and 3 in the back. They have to keep that the same. They must rotate in and out of it. They can't adjust their positioning based on the fact that they don't have enough players. Now, what the ghost player also results in is that the squares will get a point whenever this gray player or this ghost player would come up to serve. So let's say the squares are serving, they serve to the circles win the point. Well, now the circles are going to rotate, squares stay the same. Circles are going to rotate, they're now going to have 3 players up at the front line, but the ghost player would have been the next to serve. At this point, we give the point to the squares, and the squares get the serve again. So now they're going to play with 3 players up front and 2 players in the back for the circles. Again, this isn't a physical player, but you have to make sure that the teams maintain their rotation and pretend like there's someone there, and then when that person, or ghost, would come up to serve, that's when the other team gets the point.